Well, it is a problem. The World Health Organization actually listed for the first time vaccine hesitancy as one of the 10 most important global health threats presently. So, and as you pointed out, that we were making progressive improvement globally on measles, really decreasing the cases of measles across the world. But in the last 3 years, there's been a 300% increase in measles. So that decline of measles has been reversed. And basically, this is a significant issue. And I think WHO did try to highlight it by listing it as one of the 10 most important global health threats at present. You know, I think the problem stems from that individuals that are making these decisions really haven't seen the impact of these diseases and when they occur in the flesh, because they've benefited from the fact that we've prevented them. This is why I encourage to get the grandparents involved, the people like myself that remember what measles and saw measles, we saw mumps, we saw polio. A lot of the younger people haven't seen, the younger parents haven't seen these diseases because we limit them. They don't understand the severity of pertussis, the severity of tetanus, the severity of diphtheria, the severity of polio, the severity of measles. And it really is in the absence of seeing that people kind of think, well, maybe it's no big deal, you know, we can pass on this vaccine. And so I think people need to understand that the real risk of these diseases is real. And I think the measles outbreak right now hopefully is a wake-up call for the individuals to realize that we need to embrace these vaccines. We don't need to leave them on the shelf. And if it's measles this time, it could be pertussis next time. And that these preventable vaccines need to be embraced. We think it's very important for individuals that are planning to do overseas travel to ensure that they have been appropriately vaccinated against measles. There has been a 300% increase in measles cases in the last 2 to 3 years in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Obviously, the real risk in what's happened in these cases of reintroduction of measles into the United States is that when individuals travel for vacation or go overseas and they haven't been previously vaccinated with measles, they go into areas where there's active measles transmission. Measles is highly infectious. If you're in a room with somebody, if 10 people are in a room with somebody with measles, it's very probable that 8 to 9 of them will actually become infected. And the biggest challenge with measles is that for 3 to 4 days before you even get any symptoms, you're actually infectious. So you could go overseas, have a great vacation, get exposed to somebody with measles, get back on the airplane, feel great, come home, go to your community center or go to church on the weekend, and then 3 or 4 days later, all of a sudden develop a rash, and you've already exposed a significant number of individuals because you are highly infectious 3 to 4 days before you actually develop symptoms. I think when you look at why individuals have chosen not to vaccinate their children or themselves, there's obviously the anti-vax movement on one small element. But the much larger element is individuals that truly are just worried about whether they might make a mistake by having their child vaccinated. There may be a side effect or bad outcome. And, I think it's really important to be very definitive that vaccines do not cause autism. Vaccines are safe. And I will try to tell parents that while I understand they're worried, I'm a parent of 6 children, I have 11 grandchildren. I want them to be much more concerned about the diseases that these vaccines prevent and to help reinforce them to understand that the decision that they should make for the public health interest of their children, of their families, is to embrace these vaccines. Then there's another group